में जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, chapter 45. We heard yesterday the different 64 arts that Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, they learned in Sandipani Muni's ashram. And they're very fast. They learned one art every day. So in 64 days, they were done. Okay, reading on. Dvijastayostam mahimanam adbhutam.
हरे कृष्णा. आंटी आप श्लोकास रीड करेंगे या भक्त प्रिया, डू यू वांट टू रीड?
Okay.
I do.
Mataji, I can
Okay.
see the sloka.
You can see now?
Okay. Tapya Tayotam Mahi Mana Abhihatam
Samlokshya rajan atimanushim matim.
Salokya Rajam Ati Manusin Mantit
Samantriya patnya samaharnave mritam.
Samadhyam Bhatyam Samahanava Matam
Balam prabhase varayam babhuvaha.
Param Bhavase Varayam Babu Baham.
And translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O King, the learned Brahmana, Sandipani, carefully considered the two lords' glorious and amazing qualities and their superhuman intelligence. Then, after consulting with his wife, he chose as his remuneration the return of his young son, who had died in the ocean at Prabhas. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, the child was captured by the conch shell demon while playing at the Mahashiva Kshetra. So Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram, they finished their education. They asked Sandipani Muni, we want to give you Guru Dakshina. What shall we give you? Please ask. So then Sandipani Muni is thinking these boys are not ordinary boys. So, let me ask them something not ordinary. It's not ordinary to bring back a dead person back to life, right? So he consulted with his wife and they told the lords, well, our son had died when he was young. He had died at Prabha's ocean. So you please bring him back to life. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that the child was captured by the conch shell demon. Te te tiyatharu yamaharatho ratham.
Tete Atapudam Maharito Rataham
Prabhasam asadya duranta vikramo.
Pavansa Asandya Duratam Vikramut
Velam upavrajya nishidatu shanam.
Veda Upavajam Vishadatam Roshanam
Sindur vidit marhanam aparatayo.
Sindu vidita anam aham dattayaha.
So be it, replied those two great chariot warriors of limitless might. And they at once mounted their chariot and set off for Prabhas. When they reached that place, they walked up to the shore and sat down. In a moment, the deity of the ocean, recognizing them to be the Supreme Lords, approached them with offerings of tribute. So Sandipani Muni requested Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram bring our dead son back to life, and they're like, all right, so be it. So they got on the chariot and they went to Prabhas. Then they got down the chariot, they went by the ocean, sat down over there, and the deity of the ocean has appeared, worshipping them, giving them gifts. Western scholars sometimes think that references in ancient books of wisdom to the deity of the ocean, the deity of the sun, and so on reveal a primitive, mythical way of thinking. They sometimes say that primitive men think that the ocean is a god or that the sun and moon are gods. In fact, references such as the word Sindhu in this verse, meaning the ocean, indicate the person who governs that aspect of physical nature. We can give several modern examples. In the UN, in the United Nations, we may say the United States votes yes, the Soviet Union votes no. We hardly mean that the physical countries or the buildings in them have voted. We mean that a particular person representing that political and geographical entity has voted. Yet the newspapers will simply say the United States voted, decided, etc., and everyone knows what that means. Similarly, in business, we may say a large conglomerate has swallowed up a smaller firm. We hardly mean that the buildings, office equipment, and the like have physically swallowed another building full of workers and office equipment. We mean that the empowered authorities have engaged in a particular act on behalf of their respective corporate entities. Unfortunately, modern scholars are eager to confirm their pet theories that ancient spiritual wisdom is primitive, mythic, and largely supplanted by more modern ways of thinking, exemplified by their own eloquent remarks. However, much in modern scholarship must be rethought in the light of Krishna consciousness. So here we are seeing that the personification, the deity of the ocean has come and offering with offerings to Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram. So someone may think, oh, but that's just mythology. How can the ocean come and give something to the Lord? How can the ocean be a person? Oh, it's just mythology. So here in the pulpit, we have practical examples that we hear, or the United States has voted this, or the Soviet Union has voted no, for example. So it doesn't mean that the country has voted, but those who are representing the country has voted, right? Or even in business, one may say, oh, one firm has taken over another firm. So it's not that the buildings have taken, but the people who are responsible, they are in the authority, they have done such things. So if we can understand this in the modern world, we can understand how things are working. So certainly it's the same way, even in spiritual topics. There's a deity of the ocean and he's coming forward. There's a deity of the sun. The sun is ruled by a deity. The ocean is ruled by a deity. All these demigods, they are all assisting Krishna in the management of this universe. And they have different positions in the management of the universe. And here in the purport is said that there's a word Sindhu. It means the ocean. Indicate the person who governs that physical aspect of physical ocean, nature. So Sindhu here, Sindur here, Sindhu. So that's the ocean. And the person who governs the ocean. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Tam aha Bhagavan Ashu
Tang aham bhagavan ashu.
Guru Putra Pradiyatam
Guru Guru putram padeyatam.
Yo Sab Iha Tvayagrasto
Yo sab iha trayam dosto.
Balako Mahator Mirna.
Palanko mahatom inam.
The Supreme Lord Krishna addressed the Lord of the ocean. Let the son of my Guru be presented at once, the one you seized here with your mighty waves. So the Lord is demanding the ocean. Bring my Guru's son. You took him away by your waves. Shri Samudra Vacha
Shri Samudra uvacha.
Na Cha Aharasham Aham Deva
Nachanasham aham devam.
Daitya Pancha Jano Mahan
Ditya pancha jano maham.
Antarjala Chara Krishna
Patanjara chara Krishna.
Shankarupa Daro Sura.
Sankarupa Tula Sudat.
The ocean replied, O Lord Krishna, it was not I who abducted him, but a demoniac descendant of Diti named Panchajana, who travels in the water in the form of a conch. Clearly the demon Panchajana was too powerful for the ocean to control. Otherwise the ocean would have prevented such an unlawful act. So Samudra, the ocean is saying, he's saying, well, I didn't take the son, but there is a demon, and he is a demon, and he has taken the form of a conch, and he's traveling within my waters. He has taken your teacher's son. And he's saying he's a descendant of Diti. All the demons are coming from Diti, right? The Daityas. So he's saying Panchajana is taken. Aste ten ahrato nunam.
Aste kana hrito nunam.
Tachrutva Satparam Prabhu
Yachunan satvaram prabhu.
Jalam Avishyatam Hatva
Jalan arishatam hartam.
Na Apashyad Udre Bakam.
Napasha uttara dukam.
Indeed, the ocean said, the demon has taken him away. Hearing this, Lord Krishna entered the ocean, found Panchajana, and killed him. But the Lord did not find the boy within the demon's belly. So Lord found the demon, killed the demon, cut him open, but he didn't find the boy. Tad anga prabhavam shankam
Agam prabhavo shakam.
Adaya Ratham Agamat
Ataya Rata Akramat
Tata Samyamanim Nama
Tata Samayam Him Nama
Yamasya Daitam Purim
Yamasya Dayatam Purim
Gatva Janardana Shankham
Gatanchana Dana Shakam
Pradad Pradad Pradadmo Sahalayuda
Pratamosha Halayuttaha
Shankar Nirradam Akarnya
Shakaniraradam Shakayam
Praja Samya Manoyama
Pachashanya Manoyamaha
Tayo Saparyam Mahatim
Daya Sampayam Mahatin
Chakre Bhakti Upabrimhitam
Tapati Upabrimitam
Uvacha Vanata Krishnam
Uvachamana Manatam Krishnam
Sarva Bhutashayadayam
Javabhutashayam Nayam
Leela Manushya Yor Vishnu
Manushayau Vishnu
Yuvayo Karavamakim.
Yuva Yukaravam Kin
Lord Janardhan took the conch shell that had grown around the demon's body and went back to the chariot. Then he proceeded to Samyamani, the beloved capital of Yamaraj, the Lord of Death. Upon arriving there with Lord Balaram, he loudly blew his conch shell, and Yamaraj, who keeps the conditioned souls in check, came as soon as he heard the resounding vibration. Yamraj elaborately worshipped the two lords with great devotion, and then he addressed Lord Krishna, who lives in everyone's heart. O Supreme Lord Vishnu, what shall I do for you and Lord Balaram, who are playing the part of ordinary humans? The conch shell the Lord took from Panchajana, which is called Panchajanya, is the same one he sounded at the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita. According to the Acharyas, Panchajana had become a demon in a way similar to that of Jaya and Vijay. In other words, though appearing in the form of a demon, he was actually a devotee of the Lord. So this Panchajana demon, there had a conch grown around him. Krishna took that conch, and that conch is called Panchajanya. Panchajanya. And it is this conch that Krishna blew in the battle of Kurukshetra before the battle began. In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, we hear that Krishna resounded his conch shell, Panchajanya. So Acharyas are explaining who is this Panchajana. He was actually a devotee and he had become a demon. So the Skand Puran Avanti Khand describes the wonderful things that happened when Lord Krishna sounded his conch shell. So Skand Puran is saying what are the wonderful things that happen when Lord Krishna blows this conch shell. Asipatra vanam nama shirna patram ajayata rauravam nama narakam arauravam abhuttada abhairavam bhairavakhya bhairavakyam kumbhipakam apachakam. The hell known as Asipatravan lost the sharp sword-like leaves on its trees, and the hell named Raurav sorry, became free of its Ruru beasts. The bear of hell lost its fearfulness, and all cooking stopped in the Kumbhipaka hell. So when Lord Krishna resounds his Panchajanya, Skanda Puran says what happened. What happened was that in Asipatra, there's a hell called Asipatravan. There's the leaves of the trees are like swords. So these were not anymore, they were not sword-like anymore. You know? And then Raurava, there's a planet called Raurava. It seems there are these very ferocious beasts there called Ruru. They also vanished from there. So the sword, the things of suffering that cause misery to people, they vanished. Bear of hell, we didn't become fearful anymore. And Kumbhipaka, hell, where there's cooking going on in hot oil. The souls are being cooked. Hot oil. All of that stopped. The Skand Puran further states, Papa Shayatata Sarve Vamukta Naraka Nara Padam Avyayam Asadya. Their sinful reactions eradicated. All the inhabitants of hell attained liberation and approached the spiritual world. So when Lord Krishna blew the Panchajanya, not only that the hells stopped being like a source of suffering, but the people who are in the hells, all of this pap karma was taken away. All the sinful reactions eradicated, become zero. And they got liberation and approached the spiritual world. So we can see that Lord Krishna's resounding of this Panchajanya is so auspicious, it's transcendental, that the people who are in hell got liberated. The hell stopped being hellish anymore. It's the mercy of the Lord. Any comment?
No, it's okay. Just thinking like hell were so scary, right?
Yeah, so scary, and by Lord's mercy.
Yeah, by Lord mercy, everything vanished.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see how many more are there. This is 45, and then there's very few more. 50.
Oh,
Can we finish that?
yes, we can
Then we
think.
can finish this chapter then.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
Guru Putram Ihanitam
Guruputra iham nitram
Nija Karma Nibandhanam
nijam karma nibandhanam
Anayasva Maharaja
anayasva maharaja
Macha Asana Puraskrita.
mat atma machasana pulankritam.
Supreme Personality of Godhead said, suffering the bondage of his past activity, my spiritual master's son was brought here to you. O great king, obey my command and bring this boy to me without delay. So Lord Krishna has come to Yamraj. He's come to Yamalok. And and Lord Krishna blew his conch shell, and all the hells then stopped being a suffering there, right? That's what we heard. And then Yamraj has come out and is worshipping Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna is saying, my spiritual master's son, because of his past sinful reactions, he's come here, you, O king, he's telling to Yamraj, you follow my order and bring this, bring this child to me without any delay. Tateti teno panitam.
Tattete peno panitam
Guru Putram Yaduttamo
Guruputram Yatutamamut
Dattva Swa Gurave Bhuyo
Dattan Svat Gurave Bhutyo
Rinishveti Tam Uchatu.
Vidishri Vidyatam Uchataho
Yamraj said, "So be it," and brought forth the Guru's son. Then those two most exalted Yadus presented the boy to their spiritual master and said to him, "Please select another boon." So Yamraj gave the boy to Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram. Lord Krishna, Lord Balaram have come back to Sandipani Muni, given the boy to him, and is saying, "Okay, ask us something else now. We already fulfilled your one wish. Now you ask something else." Shri Guru Vachan.
Hare Krishna. Sri Guru Vacha.
Samyak Sampadito Vatsa
Samayo Sampatito Vatvatstat
Bhavad Bhayam Guru Nishkraya
Bhavapayo Guru Vishukadyaha
Konu Yushmat Vida Guru
Konu Konu Shabyam Mat Vishad Guruhu
Amanam Avashishyate.
Amanang Avashishyate.
The spiritual master said, "My dear boys, you two have completely fulfilled the disciple's obligation to reward his spiritual master. Indeed, with disciples like you, what further desires could a guru have?" So Sandipani Muni is saying that, you have given whatever I asked for, you have given. So you have fulfilled the obligation of a disciple. The obligation of a disciple is to give Guru Dakshina. And you have given me this. And, I have disciples like you. What desire could I have? What more can I ask for other than to have disciples like you? Gachatam swagraham viro.
Gachatam Sabham Vishnu Vidu
Kirtirvam, kirtirvam astu pavani.
Kirtiva Ashtu Pabani
Chandamsi ayata yamani.
Chat Chanatansmi Ayantasamagni
Bhavantav iha paratracha.
Bhavanto Iva Paratacha.
O heroes, now please return home. May your fame sanctify the world, and may the Vedic hymns be ever fresh in your minds, both in this life and the next. So, Sandipani Muni is blessing his disciples. He's saying, may you be so famous, and with your fame, everywhere gets purified. Your fame sanctify the world. Wherever glories of Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram are being heard, that place becomes purified. And he's saying, may you always remember the Vedic hymns. Always, this life, next life, just like it's so fresh. Gurur Nevam Anugyato
Gurunevam Anu Jatnato
Raten Anilaram Hasa
Ratena Nidaramashahasam
Ayato Swapuram Tata
Ayantos Vaparam Tatrat
Parjanya Ninade Navai.
Vachan yanena tena vat.
Thus, receiving their Guru's permission to leave, the two lords returned to their city on their chariot, which moved as swiftly as the wind and resounded like a cloud. So the two lords now, Sandipani Muni is given them permission that they can go home. So they've gotten on their chariot. It's a very fast chariot, as swiftly as the wind, and sounds like a cloud. Samanandan Praja Sarva
Samanatam pajasavat.
Drishtva Rama Janardana
Ishtarama tanut.
Apashyantyo Bhav Ahani
Apashatyo bhava ahani.
Nashta Labda Dana Iva.
Nashtalapa dana ivan.
All the citizens rejoiced upon seeing Krishna and Balaram, whom they had not seen for many days. The people felt just like those who have lost their wealth and regained it. Thus, in the purports of the humble servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 45th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Krishna Rescues His Teacher's Son. So everyone is so happy to see the two lords. They are seeing Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram. They had not seen them for so many days now. And so they are so happy. Sukadev Goswami, it's like, when a person loses the wealth and gets it back, and you're so happy. Oh, I found it. Like when we lose something and when we find it, we are so happy. So the people are so happy upon seeing Krishna and Balaram that they couldn't see them for some time. They lost the most valuable person and now they are seeing them. Okay, we'll stop here for today. Don't know if there are any questions or comments. It's all right, then we'll stop here. Thank you all so much for listening and joining. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare